Yeah, hello, my people. How are you doing today? My name is Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity CSO. And this is Chinedu Anichi TV, the African voice in diaspora. Remember, today is Wednesday, the 13th of November, 2024. And today, again, in our talk show, we have an illustrious son, a scandal-free illustrious son of ours, a producer, a filmmaker, a legend, a veteran. Anything you can ask ascribe to those who are founding pillars of Nollywood in Nigeria. That's the person I'm to. So today, I have the privilege, like when these people started moving, we were still photos. We were still photos in the film industry. But today, they are still on the line. They are still producing. They are still directing. They are still acting when need be. So I have a big masquerade when it comes to Nollywood and a politician diluted with very impeccable administration he carried out severally in Enugu State, sacramentalizing indelibly in the consciousness of those who were under him what it means to relate one-on-one. Today, we have an outstanding personality. Oh, I know you people want to see this man, but we have Honorable Afam Okereke and in our show today, and Honorable Afam Okereke, right from United Kingdom, is streaming live on Chinedu Anichi TV. Let me have the privilege. He's my boss, but let me have the privilege to bring him to this show. And here is Honorable Afam Okereke. My mentor and my oga. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Fine. You're welcome to Chinedu Anichi TV.
Thank you very much. You're doing fine.
Yeah, thank you, sir. My people, you have Afam Okereke. This is a beautiful face. Let me say beautiful, handsome, or nearly beautiful face of Afam Okereke. You know, I promise you people, I have to go and look for personalities that have impacted in one way or the other in the African soil. And there are still outstanding voices in diaspora. So today we have discovered one, and he is here live and direct. Remember, Chinedu Anichi of the blessed memory said, if other people tell your stories, when an outsider tell your story, it will never end without prejudice.
Yeah.
So we are African people, and that's why this platform is meant for Africans to talk their own talk, for us to say the things the way it is from African voice. And one of the voices we have in Nollywood and in politics, a legend is here. So listen, share this live video for those of you watching on YouTube, those who are watching on Instagram, those watching on Facebook, whatever you're watching from. We have Honorable Afam Okereke. I know what I passed through to bring him here. So, so thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Chinedu. Thank you for having me on your program. It's my pleasure.
Okay, thank you, sir. Without wasting your time, I know you have tight schedules, but we don't want to go into flavorous things. So, can you officially, for protocol's sake, I know you're known in the script and in any visual platform, but for protocol's sake, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Well, just in my own common nature, most of the times when I talk to my friends, I will always tell them Afam Afam. I love to introduce myself in Igbo. But for the purpose of our audience who do not understand Igbo language, my name is Honorable Afam Okereke. I'm from Enugu State. I'm from Old Bay in the Kano West local government area. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a media consultant. I'm a politician. I'm into a lot of things. I try to do whatever I know can pave way for humanity. I get myself involved in things I know that are of good purpose and people alongside will benefit from it. So I live a simple life and I introduce myself again, Afam Afam. Thank you.
Yeah, you are one of the Nollywood pillars, Afam. You are one of the Nollywood pillars. When we want to make reference to those who built Nollywood, if you're not mentioned, then sincerity is lacking somewhere. So, but there's always a story behind every glory. If you touch Osime will say, I hawk pure water. Yeah. I was with Daddy Shoki in this show last few weeks ago. He told me how he picked iron from the dustbin. You know, yesterday I was with Nnadozie Chidozie, the goalkeeper of Super Falcons in this show. And she told me how she was going to Poro Pit. I was hockey, but today is the goalkeeper of both Falcons and Paris FC Femina in France.
Yeah.
So there's always a story. So do you have any of this kind of thing you can share so that young people like us can learn from you?
Yeah, definitely. What we started in Nollywood then was born out of passion. It was born out of passion, not for the interest of money. A lot of us then who felt we had this talent to exhibit, to entertain people and the rest of them, we were busy looking for opportunity and platform to showcase ourselves. I remember those days. I can never tell my story without remembering some people I started through. People like Peter Nwokike. There is this man that is working with Peter Educhi now. He's PA, Peter Nwokike. I actually started with Peter Nwokike on stage. Then we had some stage performances and the rest of them. Those days in Enugu State, when Hotel Presidential was Hotel Presidential, then we had a program we called Sunday Breeze. Almost every Sunday, then Sule Ahman was the governor in Enugu State then. So almost every last Sunday of the month, we go there to entertain the audience, because then you normally do a gala night every Sunday, last Sunday of the month. So I was with this group, Aprotech, so the man took interest in me because then I used to be very small, dark, and lanky. So he enjoyed me on stage. Each time the group comes to perform and I wasn't there, he would always ask my manager there, say, "Where is that tall, slim, lanky boy?" You understand? So when I started noticing that people of value were beginning to appreciate what I was doing on stage, it gave me more reason to deepen in more. The first audition I attended was the Kukupa 2. And the person that took me along was Mr. Roy Dinani. That was Advanced Hotel. So I did everything possible to find a way to mix up with some of the people I started seeing on screen those days when the industry was starting. So when I joined them, I was able, in fact, God's willing, I got favor in most of them because I learned to do whatever I do very well. My father will always tell you, anything worth doing at all is worth doing well. If you're asked to clap, clap well. If you're asked to sing, sing well. Some people, when they come to the industry, when you give them little roles, some will walk away because it's a minor role. No, that minor role will discover you. A minor role discovered me in the industry. Just a church extra, clapping in the church. But I did the clapping with excitement. I added dance to it. I added value to it. A lot of people picked interest on it. Nkemo himself later called me and said, "Guy, you will go far." We started working together. So a lot of things happened. When we were starting in Enugu, I know that we were not making money from what we were doing. At a point, my parents tried to stop me because I would always want to see if I could raise little money from my dad for transport, if I want to go for any stage show or go for audition and all that. So, but I keep saying that this thing you're getting yourself involved in, you don't earn anything. Why are you always, I pleaded with them. Sometimes I will sneak away from the house. They will not know where I'm going to. It was the passion. So at some point when my parents discovered that, yes, I really love what I'm doing, they started encouraging me. So many things happened. Some people will not have such patience. So from one point to the other, I'm one person that moved from one cadre in the industry to the top. I started from extra. From extra, I started playing reasonable roles. From there, I developed interest in writing. From there, I thought of going to TV college. I started writing. I started producing. After my program in TV college, I started directing. So I took from one stage to the other. So many of our colleagues now actually learned what they're doing from following one colleague or the other, observing and then picking interest. But I had to go through stages to get to where I am today. And I give thanks and glory to God. It's not been an easy a journey, but we thank God. And when I look at the industry today, I feel so happy that the industry I was part of the beginning has gotten to the stage where it is today.
Wow, that's great. I think Nollywood is growing because they just concluded there's a tour or what they call marketplace, Nollywood marketplace that they just concluded in California in partnership with Hollywood and Paramount Studio.
Yeah,
So
the team was in UK before coming to America.
Yes, because last week the president of AGN, Dr. Rolas, Emeka Rolas, was in my show, and A lot of Nigerians were given award, and it was a very significant um, partnership with Hollywood. So, just like you said, I think Nollywood Nigeria has gone far.
Yeah.
So, we thank God for that. But this has taken a while, for decades. You are making reference to decades. And you chiseled out of, you navigated through these challenges because of dedication, patience, perseverance. And that's what we're discussing today. So, what was that was propelling you for you to be able to tolerate some excesses? Because I know I've been part of this. For you to be in that extra and grow to this level, systematically, you must have been chiseled along the way. But what was that made you to continue to forge ahead?
One word to qualify all is determination. When your determination is central, when you're focused on what you really want, then you begin to drive yourself. You're not going to look at the benefits at the point. Many times you'll be passing through challenges, passing through insults, through humiliations, but you will call yourself to order and tell yourself, this is what I want. Many times you realize, in fact, obviously, you can never make an omelette without breaking eggs. If you want to fry egg now, you go bring egg, you will break them before you go make the egg.
Sure.
And once you break that egg, the egg can never come together again. But then you end up eating the egg. The egg is what you want to eat. The fried egg, you want to eat the fried egg. So the process of going through it, you must endure. Many times it's not easy. So people do not have patience most of the time. Just like I said, people might attend an audition and eventually you see somebody who is very talented. Very talented. I've been in audition with some of the bigger artists. Who will you mention today? Those days we go to Lagos, we go to Onisha, and the rest of them will go for auditions, go to productions, and the rest of them, then some big producers, some big film company will want to do a production. They will invite actors for serious auditioning. When you see the people like Ukeri and Nobi were traveling for roles, and the rest of this model, a lot of bigger actors you see today, they all attended audition. Only very few, by the grace of God, got into the industry by mere recommendation or mere just recommendation or by chance. But so many you see today started from one point to the other. So imagine yourself, you had a platform to attend a big audition, and then you ended up not getting a very good run. They give you just something little. I do encourage my friends, when you attend an audition and what you get is not what you want, relax. That role you are offered, play that role and convince that producer that you can do better. In the process of trying to display on the role you are given, you'll be discovered as a good actor. Chinedu Anichi, I took him to his first audition. Till tomorrow, Chinedu can never attend or grant any interview without mentioning my name. I'm happy he's one of the people that passed through me that till tomorrow remains grateful. I took him from school. I saw him. I saw the talent in him. I liked him. I told him I'm going to bring him into the industry. I took him along. So his first audition, that was Evil Man. Eventually, after that role, bam, Chinedu blew. Had it been, he said, oh, this is just a very small role, I don't want to start with this, Chinedu cannot get to where he is today. So I advise people, when you attend audition, when they have an opportunity, just make use of that opportunity. Don't allow it to fizzle out. If you allow it to fizzle out, you will regret it. So when you're determined, you'll be patient. Patient with whatever that comes across. Mm-hmm. Time will come and pass. What you want to achieve will come if you're determined. So patience is very, very important. And especially when you know you have that talent you want people to see. If you're not patient, you can just walk out of anger, and that is all. Yours has ended there. Nobody will ask of you. But you will attend an audition, and at the end of the whole day, they will start looking for you. So patience is a watchword when it comes to this business.
Wow. So my people heard that one of the propelling force, one of the propelling virtue or tendency that for somebody to succeed is patience. not just that it didn't go well today and you feel like everything is over. So this is Afam Okereke today. His name is synonymous with success when it comes to Nollywood, and he's telling you how he started with extracts, waka pass. That's what we call it, waka pass. Sometimes they will not even pay you. They will not pay you. You waka pass and you waka go.
So they end up watching the movie without even seeing your face.
So that is what we are learning from our legends. Let me tell you, Oga Afam, we learn from you people, and you can also refer that some of us were very good listeners because we respected those of you who were ahead of us in the game, and that's why we're not even regretting what we are able to achieve. Our little one. You see, one of the reasons why we established this platform is to consolidate and sustain the continuity of intergenerational conversation, because the Gen Zs are losing it out. People don't have patience of listening to the elders again, the young people who share experience like you. That's why we fish out people like you that will tell you and give you example. Like now, you mentioned a known veteran in actor in Nollywood, and somebody you took for audition today is a great guy. So you have practical example and reference to your claim, not just that you are talking from nowhere. So my people, you can see Afam Okereke preaching for patience. And that is one of the things we're asking our people. You were in politics. When I was in Enugu, sir, I used to know you as one of the biggest local government chairman of Nsukka West.
Kano West.
Kano West, sorry. I mentioned Nsukka West, where I was administrator. So, Kano West local government, not just on a local level, but you were known because you were known on the screen already before you became local government chairman. So, your name was everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but we wondered how you navigated between these two demanding and choking kind of career and profession. So what was the challenges, or was it easy for you to harness both, and which one influenced which, and how successful was it?
Well, the bottom line was that my involvement in Nollywood influenced my getting into politics, because it was actually through entertainment that I was discovered and then offered an appointment to work with the governor as a media advisor in Enugu State. His Excellency Sullivan Chime found me worthy to work in his government, and it was a privilege. Now, working with him and eventually moving down to the local government area as a local government council chairman wasn't that so difficult, because at the point, I was already in the industry as a producer and as a director, where I manage people, where I manage situation, where I manage event, where I try to coordinate activities. And then what is there in the council is about managing the people, administering properly, and making sure they get the dividend of democracy. So if you are in the industry and you work as a producer, as a director, obviously the welfare of the people you're working with will always be the paramount. That was how I was able to inculcate that in my business of administration in the local government area. I was already dealing with the people. I was already into problem solving. I was already into administration. I was already into activity that deal with people. So getting to the council, it was like another point to prove myself, because the person I worked with in the person of His Excellency Sullivan Chime is a person that will always challenge you to go to your area and prove yourself.
Sure.
During my tenure, it was a challenge among the local government council chairmen. It was not a time to loot. It wasn't a time to embezzle. It wasn't a time to showcase. Rather, it was a time to prove yourself in your office.
Sure.
And he's always one person that will always, Sullivan cannot call you as a local government council chairman and tell you, go and do this. You must do this. If he has any idea he wants to give to you as a council chairman, when he calls you, Afam, don't you think that if you establish some computer accessories in your local government areas, that is going to help the children to become computer literate? What do you think about that? He will not tell you, you must go and do this. No, he gives you an idea. He asks for your own opinion. Then it's left to you to pick up. He's one person he's one teacher I saw that never handled cane the way he should handle it. But he watches you, he observes you, and when you make mistakes, he still brings you back and then take you back to where you're coming from for you to learn. So I was lucky because I worked with somebody who was a good teacher. I worked with somebody who was a good administrator. I never saw His Excellency Sullivan Chime as a politician. I saw him as an administrator because he came and he had the interest of the mind of the people in the mind. What he was thinking of is, what can I do to benefit my people? So when we came, we took that step. I will just hit one nail on the head. When I came to the council, I met my local government area the way it was since 1976. I was the one that changed the face of the council. I was the one that changed the face of the council. And Kano West local government area remained the way it was since 1976. Quote me, verify. I changed the face of the council.
You know you are talking to a grassroots.
That was why during the campaign of the next governor, when His Excellency came to introduce Sepa Lugwai to us, he walked into the council, he was shocked. I was the first local government council chairman he pronounced on stage that your second term is assured, based on what he has seen. And actually, that was where the trouble started, and that was where the enemy started fighting me, because they already saw that the governor pronounced me a sure candidate for the next administration. So enmity started, fight started, struggle started. But then I was not distracted. I continued in my way. So let me not take you away, like you asked. My opportunity in the industry gave way to involving in politics. Getting into politics, I didn't find it strange because I was already going through administrative positions in the film business. I was already into managing people and activities. So it helped to pave way for me to succeed.
Wow. Yeah, thank you for that mind-blowing answer. From the experience you got from Nollywood, the administrative experience you have acquired, you applied in the local government, because all had to do with how to manage human beings.
Yeah.
And so both human beings and the Nollywood, human beings and the local government. It's all about showcasing positive administrative tendencies.
Yeah.
And you were successful. I must confess, it's not because you are in this show.
Thank you.
I had several offices also in the political sphere in the state, and I was in the grassroots, so I know you. Thank you
Thank you very much
for what you just said. Okay, I want to say all these things you're doing, there was always a period of reward. You have gained one or two things from this escapade. And what were points, both in politics and in Hollywood? Which points were rewarding points? And how can you relate it to your dedication, your perseverance and patience, which is what we are discussing today?
Well, so I can't the rewarding point is just limitless. Okay, because when you talk about legacy, I know in the industry we left some legacies that is worthy of emulation, and when it comes to politics as well, we still have our footprints in the sand of time. Indeed, was no okay. Now, when you go back to where I served, there are certain things, of course, you will definitely use to remember me. You look back, you say, oh, when Afam was here, this was happening. And when I left, I know a lot of people were still, oh, I wish he was still around, and the rest of them. So there are so many times we touched lives. As I was working as well, my wife was also in the business of helping the women, the children, the health services. She never played with it. My wife was always involved in some health programs that even some hospitals eventually started coming to work with me, like Annunciation Hospital and many other hospitals, Julius Memorial Hospital. I've mentioned these places so you can verify that P2B will talk and say, go and verify. It was based on the activities we had in the health sector that Annunciation Hospital came to partner with me. Okay. On many occasions, there was a program, health program, international program, then part 2. We came first on the activities of health program in part 2. So when you look at some of those things you have done, you know, yes, a lot of people benefited from it. There was a time when I was a council chairman, there was this period the Fulanese stormed one community in Atako. Okay, they killed some people in a family. Some people were killed, but then those that were still alive, I was able to do the best I can as an administrator, as a council chairman, to save their life. Till tomorrow, that family is still very grateful. So many times there are things you have gone through. When you look back, you have reason to say thank God, especially when you realize you touched lives. Okay, in the industry, we touch lives because a lot of them that started with us from the scratch today have something to stand upon, can live on the art they have. So many talents were discovered. And I'm one person that when I organize my auditions or when I try to shoot my film, I try to make sure I bring out the best in you. Till tomorrow, Uncle Pete Edochie still see me as one person that will always want to teach him English language. When I'm working with Uncle Pete, so many times we argue on English words, spoken English words. He will like Afam, rapom no more, direct and rapom can feel. Okay, so and I love him because most of the times when I bring a story for him to work with me on, he gives that story very deep interpretation. And he's one person that will always encourage you when he sees you're doing what you're doing in the right way. It's always a pleasure. Till tomorrow, I look forward to working with Uncle Peter Edochie because he's one actor, not minding his age, that will respect you as a director, no matter your age. When I shot the movie Billionaires Club, which was the movie that actually brought me to limelight, that was a movie that gave me my first film award in Sitenge Festival in South Africa. I worked with bigger actors that so many other film producers never knew I was going to control them on set. People like Kenneth Okonkwo. No. People like KOK, Tony Gomez, Peter Edochie, and a lot of them. Who is who? Patience Ozokwo. All of them were in that movie. Billionaires Club till tomorrow remain one of the movies people always look at. In fact, that was the movie that gave lead to some occultic stories you watch today. And when you do, I don't want to talk much about it. If you didn't watch Billionaires Club, just go back to watch Billionaires Club. When I went to Cote d'Ivoire, that was the time I was doing the movies in Ivory Coast. The point that shocked them most was when they discovered maggots on Uncle Peter Edochie's head. They kept asking me, how did you do that? How did you do that? Billionaires Club was one of the movies that gave me the deal, the contract to start shooting French movies in Ivory Coast those days. And we're traveling from one country to the other. So Nollywood gave us the opportunity. We were patient, and at some point we started enjoying. And we are still enjoying. Just that at a point I was distracted with politics, and then one or two things just took me out of the country. But that doesn't mean I'm no longer in the industry. People keep asking me, Afam, have you left Nollywood? No, I've not left Nollywood. I can't leave Nollywood for anybody. We are still in the industry. Even though I'm not seen in the picture, we are still behind encouraging our colleagues who are still there striving. It's just like when you run to the point and you hand the baton to the next person to continue the race and all that, we are still coming back to the industry. So we do everything as much as we can to make sure the industry is sustained. The industry will never die. Rather, it will continue growing from one point to the other. And more talent will be discovered. We need entertainment to be sustained in Nigeria because that is one of the things that help people to be alive and up doing now. Some complain about the system of government. All these comedians that run their skits. Do you know how many people that have cured their high blood pressure by watching comedy skits and laughing? Most of the time, some of these things help people to sustain their lives. Many people do not take their high blood pressure drugs anymore because they watch some comedy skits and they find time to laugh. A short moment of laughter changes a lot of things in your life. So we should do whatever we can to make sure we support entertainment and let it grow to the high point.
Yeah, sorry. Afam, that's very interesting because you sound very positive. I read a book by Norman Vincent Peale. He calls it The Power of Positive Thinking. He said, throw your heart across the obstacle. the body will follow. For you to categorically spell out here how proud you are with Nigeria and the hope that Nigeria can still be better. It's not everybody that is in diaspora that thinks that have that line of thought. So because we are quick to say Nigeria is finished, Nigeria is over. No,
Wow.
but I love the positivity you're coming from. I know you're a proud Nigeria already from what you are saying, but with the choking angry finger of the labor market, and how the nosediving economy. So how do you think it affects Nollywood and even characterization? Because this platform is meant to shape up opinions. You people are gospel preachers. At this time, I want to say that there's a slight shift from that raw gospel you preach to let's fake it to make it. So, what will you say about this bad economic influence resulting from whatever in Nigeria? Leadership is one of them, and some other factors.
The only thing we have to pray and work towards is to see how we can have a better system working for us in Nigeria. When you talk about UK, there is nothing so wonderful here, just that they have a good system. Even you that is in America, when it comes to UK and Nigeria, I will tell you that we have much more better resources to keep the country going, to keep the economy going. All we need is just sincere leadership. When we have sincere leadership, when we have interest in the people we lead, definitely a lot of things will be okay. Many people that travel abroad do not really want to travel abroad, but due to one or two reasons. Well, I don't know if you were aware that I was a victim of kidnaps some time ago, 3 years ago. I was kidnapped, and a huge sum of ransom was placed on my head. Many people left the country because of security. We pray. Nigeria is our country. Everybody wants to come home. People outside the country, a lot will leave whatever they are doing and rush back to Nigeria if things should turn better this night. What we need is better leadership. Somebody who will come and keep every interest behind and say, what I want to achieve is a better Nigeria. That is what we look at. And I'm one person that keep believing that one day, someday, that person will come. Okay? So we have faith, we have hope in Nigeria. We love our country. Each day I kneel down to pray, I pray for Nigeria. I want Nigeria to be good. I want Nigeria to be fine. It's a beautiful country, much more better than many countries where we run to. Okay, so that is just that we have hope that things will be okay. That's just what I have to say.
Yeah, thank you. That's a wonderful answer to one segment of the question, because I said, how do this situation affect Nollywood because of the characterization in the production?
You said it all. Without finance, what can you do? Without fund, what can you do? Start from the exchange rate. Even if one made money from UK and you come to Nigeria to shoot a movie, if you want to change, take many Nigerians that have their children here in UK can hardly afford to pay their school fees this period because of exchange rate. Are you getting what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Fund resources. If things are made okay, if the economy is okay, then you look at the cost of production. You look at the fund you're using to do your package. You look at whatever collaboration you want to have with any company or whatever product you want to establish. When you have enough resources and fund to do it, then you don't have any problem. You begin to look at your marketing and your exploitation. Just like you said, the economy is the hunger. If the economy is stabilized, everything will be okay.
Okay, thank you. That's what we call initially when you were starting. I'm not trying to be putting up an argument with you, but initially when you started, you talked about money was not the propelling force when you got into Nollywood initially. So I want to ask you, with this Gen Z spirit, do you think that kind of your dedication is still existing?
No, it is not. It is not, because now there's a lot of competition in the industry. That is why even those that cannot make the money from the industry are also looking for alternative means to make the money, still using industry to cover up as though they're making the money from the industry. Now we have people who would want to slander each other just to be on top. We have people, those days, like I told you, a lot of people came into the industry to showcase what they can do. A lot came because they want to create fun and entertain people. Subsequently, money started coming. Just like in football, people that started playing football earlier, a lot of them never made money like Okocha and Kanu Wankwo. Many footballers you know. But along the line of play, money started coming out of the business. And that is when you're supposed to start reaping it. Just like you talked about the Jay-Z's now and the rest of them. There are certain persons you will call and offer them some roles. Okay, perhaps now I have a script I want to shoot now, and I have a role I feel that can introduce somebody and take the person to limelight. I said, okay, let me bring in somebody who is new, who has not played in a movie before. The person may decide to walk away because I may not have offered him or her some amount that is mouth-watering. But those days, you'll find somebody who will beg you, please, let me play this role. Let me just convince you I can do it. Money is not the problem. Are you getting what I'm saying now?
Yeah, sure.
Now, so many actors now, in the spirit of that competition, put themselves into trouble. Some are driving around rented cars just to showcase, to make it feel as if all is well with them. Some are living fake lives just to pretend as if all is well with them. That is why most times when my colleagues, they have some medical issues, people tend to start laughing at us. It's not this person that is living high life, making us feel all is well with him. People should learn to show themselves the way they are. Business is business everywhere. There is nothing special about Nollywood or film business. It's like every other business anybody's doing. It's like buying and selling. You put, you get. You invest, you recover. So for us to say, because it's show business, let us do the show and then keep the business aside. Sometimes it affects us and it passes wrong signal to people who are in the business. The Jay-Z's are taking it differently from the way it used to be. It's good to make money now there is money in the industry. But then money should not be the paramount at the point. There are certain things you can do for the purpose of doing it, and then the money can still come much later.
Yeah, recently I saw Kanayo was reacting, and that the kind of things they do now in Nollywood, that those days when you people were there, it takes time to do this and produce a very strong movie that can survive any kind of criticism, even from outside the world, so that can be placed anywhere and can meet any standard globally. But this time that people don't prepare for, that one person can be in 7 sets in a day, and a lot of things, they can just shoot a movie today and put it, because of money that is coming from YouTube and all these things, and put it on YouTube today. So you are a producer and a filmmaker. How does that is that real? Like Kanai was saying it, and some of the people were collaborating the claim when he says people are no more taking time. They are no more putting those critical efforts you people put to produce a movie that will face the test of time.
Yeah, I understand what KOK was trying to say, but even at that, there are still people who shoot some good movies. Most of the movies you watch in Netflix are also good films. There are many good films, but now it's just like wherever you put yourself, you'll be categorized in that manner. Some will decide to shoot a cinema movie, detailed movie, and make it look so okay. So we want to shoot a quick one and let it go to the YouTube. When it comes to censor, before this YouTube market and Facebook market started beaming the way it is today, we had censors board that whenever you shoot your movie, it passes through censors board. Censors board will accredit your movie, tell you to go and remove this, add this and don't add this. Then there was a standard. I don't know how often censors board work right now, because a lot of people that put their movies in YouTube, I don't know whether censors board has any rights over it. Some want to just shoot it. Some may not want to go through much detail or spend much money. They will say, oh, I'm just putting it online. There's no need spending much money. But like I said, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. Those ones, they have done so well perfectly, streaming on Netflix and the rest of them, also tend to make more money. Because when you've done a good film, people are coming to cinema to watch it. You're just like investing to make more money. Okay. People that are putting their movies in the YouTube and Facebook, they are also making their own money. It depends on where you want to join, where you want to perform your own art and the rest of them. But what KOK said was actually right. Those days, like when I was working with one director, may so rest in peace, Leighton Dubisioko, those are the directors I understood it before I joined Directors Guild. Because those days, you don't just join Directors Guild. Even when you're done with a TV college and you are accredited as a director, you will still, the guild will still want you to understudy 2, 3, 4, 5 directors who will still recommend your capability before the guild would accept you. It's no longer like that now. So there's one director I worked with, Leighton Dubisioko. Dubisioko will tell you, now some of those things, I will say it in Igbo because I normally say, there are certain things you will pack and put in your project that will become basics. At the end of the whole day, certain persons will go to work that thing because of those little things you may call minor. You understand? So people don't do it these days, like KOK said. Some do it because they want to save cost. And those of them that do that to save that cost know where they want to stream their films. Netflix, I know they still have standard. So they will still want to, even some movies that go to cinema, some cinema will still have standard. When they bring their movies, they will vet it. And the things they don't like there, they will tell you to go and put this, go and remove this and the rest of them for it to get to the standard they want to show. But basically, those of them that go to Facebook and YouTube does not have any any platform vetting it. So they will always easily do that to just make their money and recover their money. And people do not mind these days things a word because people want to watch 1 or 2 things to distract themselves from the bad economy, like we're talking about the economy in Nigeria. You will come to a family and you discover that certain persons are always on the YouTube and the Facebook just to find and flip to see what to watch and then pass the day. Okay, so they're not losing. If people watching this content on Facebook and YouTube begin to complain, now they will still change the format.
Okay, that's okay. Wonderful. There's another point because that's not Ilinoji Marianko, because you are not somebody who will be getting every day. And being a veteran, we will have to anything we can get from you today. Because from reaction from people from Facebook, Instagram, let's recognize some people who, because of you, they are here normally. Normally they don't come around, but because they just saw that you are coming to this show, they are here. So Chima Chief, Chima Square, Holami, Forever, Dora, Rema Sweet, official, Joe Losry, Sugar official from Canada, Ivix, Chima from United States too. Yeah, Martin Sola, a lot of you, make you scar-free. Kwam Kwam from Lagos, Nigeria, Peter Blessed, Victory, Nedu Golden, Dan Kizi, Ohanemere, Charles. All of you, I cannot mention all your names. Dino Hillary, my manager, due respect. So, and all of you on Instagram, and for those of you on Facebook, Jude Gabriel, Faith Chinwe, G. Martins, Anichi Luke, Onyekachukwe, Comrade Sakawe, all of you, I can't mention all your names. Thank you for coming to watch this veteran who have opportunity to listen to intergenerational conversation once more. At least something happened in Julius Caesar. They said Brutus pied Caesar and there was chaos in Rome. When they were thinking of how do we resolve this, we're in trouble. Somebody suggested that the young people, that's the Brutus, can do a dirty job, but they need a gray hair to speak to the Romans. So that was the time they looked for a man they called Cicero. And when he spoke to Romans, even though they were agitating, they all went back to their houses. And some wished Caesar would have died again. So when the gray hairs are on stage, we have something to learn. And you're one of the Nollywood gray hairs. So we appreciate your coming here today. And we have always advocated for this kind of intergenerational conversation. And we have you. But before we drop it, people are saying, why is it, I don't know, for fun purpose, because I don't bother gender-wise, but people are saying that, why is it that the female Nollywood actresses make it. They make it better and easier than the men. The men are always struggling and struggling and struggling. And the men are higher in number. So what is going on? So personally, as a veteran, what do you think is making it possible for our ladies to make it? Just like you mentioned before, some people go outside Nollywood filmmaking, but we didn't use filmmaking to cover up to do some other extracurricular business. So, what's your view about this, sir?
Well, with due respect, Edu, that is an area I wouldn't want to venture into. But the bottom line is that just like me and you were here, from government house in Enugu to Holy Ghost, there are different ways to where you're going to. If you want to go through Zik Avenue, you enter through Zik Avenue. If you want to go through Obi Road, you go through Obi Road. So you cannot measure people's achievement based on the route through which they achieved their point. It depends on where do you follow. So I wouldn't want to join in the argument of the male and the female who make it more, and the female that made it, what's the secret. Everybody who has made it, everybody who has not made it knows why or she decides to be there. So please.
Okay. Faith Chinweji Martins, you heard the response. So it's all about individuals and their destiny and what they are out to do in life. So, and we're here to represent a public opinion, not an individual opinion. But if we're opportune to have ladies who pass through that route in this interview, we can ask them how they succeeded. But myself and Afam, we are male actors.
Thank you.
We are male actors, and we are succeeding in our own level.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Afam. I don't want to take you more than 1 hour because I know what you sacrificed. Congratulations for your 10th year of a successful heart operation.
Thank you.
To put it, congratulations.
That's
one thing. And congratulations for the birthday of your sons. I followed your trend. And for those of you who want to watch Afam, this is Afam Bafam. He has a wonderful platform where he's teaching a lot of things, the academic, the moral, a lot of all-encompassing educative aspect of life. Go to Afam on Facebook. If you go there, you will thank me and thank me and thank me again. So when you are coming down from this show, just go straight to Afam, you know, and the first thing you will hear is one KJ. So, you will go there and you hear one KJ a lot, and you will know that the person that is here today is really a veteran. Yeah. So because he has showcased experience, he has tried to divulge all he has experienced within the time, both political experience and entertainment experience, and even family experience, of which we know that one of the challenging factors we have today is that the family is under attack in diaspora, because the sacred virtues underlying the sustenance of the matrimonial sacrament is lacking, you know, especially the traditional values that we anchor our own marriage on is vehemently challenged by the policies that is existing in diaspora. But Afam has come to teach you in Afam Bafam how to navigate through the two and still consolidate on your matrimonial demands and be successful in life. So we give it to him. Go to that page and you come back to thank Chinedu Anichi TV. I promised you that what the people we bring here are people that will make Africa what it is. And this is one of them. He shot movies in French. It's not easy to comprendre le français. So it's not so you understand. You know, I remember on a lighter mood, sir, because I'm privileged to have you. Yeah. So on a lighter mood, when we were in secondary school, I went to St. Teresa's College in Suka, STC. There's this French teacher we had called Mademoiselle Ezani. So whenever we had one Abu Biabu who used to be a comedian like that in my class. So he used to be a noisemaker. So if the teacher enters, we'll say, pa, 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 pa. Bonjour, Mademoiselle Ezani. He say, bonjour la classe, ça va? Ça va très bien, merci. Et vous? So all those kind of things we used to say in class. So when the woman came in, Abobi was busy making us and if I didn't even know that a teacher is in the class. We just talk. When we greeted, the teacher now decided, teachers, experienced teachers of those days. He just went to Abobi and said, he asked Abobi something in French to talk. Abobi said, Je suis, like, he said, allez-vous, ça là, pas là. Oui, au Gaulois. Je suis le Agbogo de Chicha est dans la classe. So the woman was confused because it didn't sound like French, and that thing was on Soka. It was on Soka that he coined. Allez-vous, ça n'a pas la pas. Oui, au Gaulois. Je suis le Agbogo de Chicha est dans la classe. So that thing confused the woman. The woman said. So that thing made our French, all those who were our set, Stober 94, who cannot forget Abobi, and who cannot forget French class. It was fun. So it was not easy for you to be from a francophone, from what do you call it? We have francophone countries are the ones speaking French. You're from Nigeria, so we're English-speaking countries, and for you to make a movie in a French-speaking country is not an easy task. So you have really done something great.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you again. So before we draw the curtain for the day, you can see the effort your boy is making. What can you tell the world that knows you for integrity and scandal-free life about Chinedu Anichi TV?
Well, all I have to say is well done. I need to encourage you because it's not easy to be a voice. To be a voice means you have dignity, you have pedigree. It's not everyone that can speak for the people. And then for you to start discussing such issues on this platform, that means you already personally, you've already sanitized your own self. Just like a teacher, you're just like trying to extend whatever you have learned to people, and you're capturing people's experience to teach others. You're leaving a legacy because sometimes people will always say, oh, some time ago, there was this man, Chinedu Anichi TV. That was where I learned about this. That was where I heard about this. You may never know what you're doing, but then it's going to leave a legacy. I want to encourage you and also try to reach out to some other important personalities that have one or two information to give to the people, that have one or two things to lend to our people. We need to keep the new generation coming up. We need to teach them. We need to let them know what it means to sustain what we have. Like I said, I'm one person that will never lose hope in Nigeria. I'm one person that will always want to make sure that I leave a legacy. So people should understand that you mustn't do the wrong thing for you to achieve it in life. You mustn't put a shortcut to achieve it better. Some shortcuts will still end you in doom. It's always good to follow the right way, do the right thing, and live a good life. If you have done well in Enugu when we are in the government, I know you as one person who how would I just put it? Because then I was asking people if you were a pastor because you do preach.
I do. I do preach even now.
Yeah, I was seeing you as a pastor. At some point when we started working together, I noticed you're also into event management. I went to a lot of things, and then this security stuff you came in. Then from there, your CSO and stuff like that. It's not everybody that would want to follow stages of life to succeed. Some would like Ocha or Sibute, but then there's no hurry in life. No hurry in life. So I want to encourage you. This, your program, I know sometime will get to the stage where you will not even expect it to get to, because people will recommend you and people will join to support you. There is going to be some kind of a arrangement people would want to make with you to go into partnership, and then dipping in for you to realize CNN. If you know how CNN started, if you know how Al Jazeera started, some of them did not start as big as you started. But today, look at where they are. Just keep it up, and the good Lord will keep guiding you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And finally, please, I want you to give a shout out to your 3 kids because I'm your boy. So let me, leverage on the privilege of being your boy, and you are in my show. And I want you to give a shout out to your sons who celebrated birthday, and any other person you would choose to give a shout out to.
Yeah, yesterday being the 12th of November, like I said in my video, is a very symbolic day in my life. My 3 sons share the same birthday, Amsi, Miracle, and Angel. So some people were like surprised. How did it happen? So I have twin boys. The twin boys came on my first son's birthday. So that is how 3 of them share the same birthday. And again, another symbolic thing that happened that day was that when I had my surgery, my first open heart surgery, it was on their birthday, November 12th. So it was up to exactly 10 years yesterday. So that was a need for that celebration. We cannot thank God enough. So I'm saying happy birthday again to my boys. Happy birthday to Kamsi. Happy birthday to Miracle. Happy birthday to Angel. And also happy birthday to myself, because my birthday was on the 6th of this month. In my family, we share the same. We share the year.
You could have a canopy of umbrella.
Yeah, we have November.
A canopy of November umbrella.
Yeah, my wife and is May. Myself and my boys are November. So we celebrate birthday twice in a year. So I want to use this opportunity in your program to also wish them happy birthday, and then thank every other person who has taken time to wish us happy birthday on my different platforms. The messages were so overwhelming, and I thank all of you. God bless all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, mentor. Thank you. I will not demonstrating on humility. Thank God today, and I'm alive and to have you on my show. I know how I started looking at you as a mentor who are following your steps. Today, I have a show that you humbly demonstrated all humility and indifferent to every kind of pride associated legendary to be here. So I also learned from your appearance here today to be humble too, just like we have learned some other virtues from you. So I also promise you as your boy that I will not let you down, and we'll continue to follow the positive legacies you left behind for us to continue to make you proud, even if in this media sector.
Thank you.
So God bless you, sir.
God bless
Thank you for coming to this.
Thank you for having me too.
Thank you. Right. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Hello, my people. You have seen this is not words because it's not. We just concluded now. This is Afam Okereke, Honorable Afam Okereke, the legendary actor, producer, director, and politician, filmmaker. You have seen him today live on Chinedu Anichi TV. If you have learned something about patience, dedication, and humility, perseverance, that was what he has. That was the core values he has come to teach us today. Please don't forget to go to Afam and see what he just gave us today. Here is the tip of an iceberg. If you want to excavate in all totality what he has cooked for us, go down to Afam, and you keep thanking me. Remember, humanity is at the center of what we preach. We rise by lifting others. This is Chinedu Anichi TV, the African voice in diaspora. I thank all of you, those on Facebook, those on Instagram, those on YouTube watching live. Keep watching. 8 p.m. Nigerian time every day. We are here. 1 p.m. Central American time, 2 p.m. Eastern American time, 7 p.m. UK time. Thank you. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.